The rustic village of Wellington sits in the heart of Herefordshire's farming community. In the centre of the village is Stocks House Farm, which is home to two 17th and 18th century barns. Marco and Kath Walker have run their own tour operating business close by for 11 years, but have never lived in the village. That was until they made the farmer who owns Stocks Farm an offer he couldn't refuse.
Dick, the farmer, had put the two barns up for separate dwellings and asked us if we wanted to buy one. So we thought about it and thought, well, maybe we could possibly ask him a price for both of them to do up as one dwelling.
They offered the farmer their life savings, which was £150,000. He accepted, and they became the proud owners of two barns that were about to fall down and in desperate need of restoration.
We've never restored a building before. We've done up a two-bedroom flat. Well, I say done up, we painted it.
We're real amateurs, we don't really know what we're doing, but it's a challenge, it's a huge challenge, yeah.
To pay for the project, they've managed to secure a £300,000 self-build mortgage, which will be released in 3 separate stages. And they hope to transform the barns into a family home for them and their 2 young children, Romy and Maggie.
There's going to be so much blood, sweat and tears going into it that you want to make sure you spend quite a few years in it, really.
Hopefully we want to live here for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
For 2 very inexperienced novices, it will be a huge challenge to save the building and convert it into a family home while maintaining the character and integrity of the original structure.
Morning. You must be Marco and Kath. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Are you well? Look at you nestled in there. How are you?
Nice
Hi,
to meet
Kath.
you.
Nice to meet you. How are you? You well?
I'm good.
Nice to see you. How are you, Marco?
Hello,
How are
mate.
you?
Nice to meet you.
Come on, let's have a look at this.
Good.
This is unbelievable.
I know.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely mind-bogglingly knackered.
Derelict.
You seem to have more gaps in fresh air than you have timber and building.
I know, I don't
Is
think
that
we can
fair?
move in tomorrow.
No. Is it listed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Grade 2.
God, that's grade 2 listed.
Yeah.
And it's fallen into that level of disrepair.
But I think that's why we're allowed to take it down, basically.
You
Well-
mean completely?
Yes. Only this barn here.
And they've
yeah.
asked us to keep as much of the original oak as possible, though.
So we are going to do that, but you'll find that quite a lot of the oak you can't use anyway because it's just shot to bits.
The barns are in a terrible state of disrepair. I'm surprised they're still standing.
Have you ever done a restoration project before?
No, not at all.
Have you done a building project before?
Lego.
Lego!
Yeah.
We're just out of our minds, you know.
We are out of our depth, for sure. It's something that we're kind of scared about.
We're hoping that at the end of it we'll think it was worth it.
Yeah.
Both barns form part of Stocks House Farm, and over the years have been used for keeping cattle and for drying grain. The 17th century cattle barn is an oak-framed structure, and the later 18th century barn is made from brick. They have a combined space of 3,000 square feet.
It's pretty well propped up, isn't it, by kind of anything.
This is our kitchen, actually.
This is your
Yeah.
kitchen?
Yeah.
You've got a little bits of acro prop here, propping it up. This is amazing. Look,
We're
I mean,
hoping this
you
is
have
gonna
actually
go.
you've got the Lego blocks out. It's a matrix of stuff to just keep it together. But you're taking it down and you're reusing as much as you possibly can.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I mean, let's be honest. Looking at how much can actually be reused from this.
It's minimal.
You know, look, I mean, that's timber. That is
I
a couple of
know.
100 years old nearly.
Really.
The amount of new build needed in this is way more than what you're going to preserve of the old, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We know that it is minimal what we can keep.
The oak barn was used for cattle and for storing grain, and originally had a thatched roof. The brick barn alongside with a tiled roof was added later and is known as a combination barn. Here, grain was stored separately above the cattle and was dried from the warmth of the animals below. The brick barn is in slightly better condition, but together both barns present a massive challenge to Marco and Kath.
Look at that! This is way better than the other side.
Yeah.
Loads better. I feel much better about it now. You've got all of these fantastic timbers. This is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
really...
this is lovely.
This bit is actually the best bit of both barns, really. It's well preserved, it's dry, so it just needs a lick of paint, really.
In fairness, the one next door, because it's now going to be predominantly new build, you're kind of starting from scratch, which is a lot easier. As soon as you're dealing with all the existing window positions with it being listed, you've got so many more constraints with the design that it's actually harder to crack that.
I think you're right.
New build is much easier than restoration.
Sure.
This project is a tale of two halves, with the oak barn needing a total rebuild and the brick barn having to undergo a slow restoration process.